talk about the challenge of going on the road for the first time.
Oh, I'm excited. The guys are excited. Obviously, it's a different challenge for us, and we're really looking forward to it. Need to be extra focused. We're really working on executing, and we're going to be in an environment that's unfamiliar to us. And I think the guys are in the mode right now where they know that execution is our primary focus. And we did a great job on defense last game, but obviously we're playing a more difficult opponent on the road. And, again, unfamiliar territory, so we really need extra focus, and it's paramount that we don't turn the ball over. And I think it's very important also that we play with great pace and really selective about our shots, but don't be tentative at the same time. So, we're really focusing on that and more importantly, just being comfortable because it's something that we haven't done all year.
Are you concerned at all about going on the road for the first time in Big 12 play?
Any coach would be just because it's our first game and we got 8 new players who've never played in a Big 12 game. Not an excuse, just reality. And that's why I tell them, I say, guys, this is what we're preparing to do. This is what people expect us to do. And, we're picked 9th because people don't believe you guys can win on the road. Let's send a message the first game out and see if we can go in there and come out with a victory.
Talk about taking them out there a little early, just to kind of your thinking behind that.
Well, the only other reason we're going out early is because we want to practice there the day before, and the only we get is an early practice day on Friday. So that was one of the reasons going out before. Also, just to calm the nerves. We haven't had a chance to be on the road this year to get a little camaraderie built. So, we go see a movie and just, have a little, not necessarily fun time, but a little bonding time as we go out and face a situation again, what, in my opinion, will be our most difficult situation because we haven't been on the road all year long.
With all the difficulty that TCU has had scoring, they're near the bottom in all the rankings because they want to slow the ball down. Is that something you guys are going to have to combat?
Well, obviously, we want them to play our pace, and but again, sometimes that has worked to our detriment, playing a little bit faster. The number one thing that's on my mind is points per possession. Our execution is what I'm most concerned about, and I think that we're going to do a good job of that. But more importantly, is defending them. And if we can defend them and we can create some steals and we can stop them from scoring, and then we can create some break situations where we're pushing the ball, and if they get behind. That's one of the things where they're going to may have to play a little bit faster to catch up. So getting the lead in that game will be really, really crucial. Not the beginnings that we've had thus far in the last 4 games. It'll be really nice to get ahead, especially on the road.
Not that you're really looking into the past, but you have a chance to kind of tie what you guys did last year from a win total perspective with one more win. What would that say about the progress of where you guys are going?
You know what? I haven't thought about it, to be honest with you. Obviously, I'm aware of it, but I really haven't thought about it. The thing that I'm most concerned about and the thing that I'm most interested in, not to dodge the question, is being the best team we can be by the end of the year. I've said when I first got this job, I'm not looking at the win total meter. And I think that's important. That's what I appreciate the guys. The best thing we can do is have the best attitude and play the hardest that we could play every single time. And then that will all settle at the end of all that dust will settle at the end of the day. And we can't just look at the win total because we'll start getting more concerned about that. Obviously, it's a nice thing to say, but, we may get that win and end at that win. So we don't want to put any emphasis on that whatsoever.
How much do you look at Jaye Crockett heading into Big 12 play? What he's done in the non-conference season?
Oh, he's been great. He had a little hiccup last game, and, I don't think that'll happen too often. He was due for one of those, and he's been playing amazing. And for him, going into Big 12 play, he has to understand, hey, guys, now you're a guy everybody knows about, you're going to be keyed on, and we're really going to see what you're made out of if you can go out every single night and produce those same numbers. And what I would love to happen is his numbers, obviously stay the same, but like a Tolbert and a Dayon, and one of the guards to have some really good numbers, because I believe that if we can do that, it really gives us a chance to win, particularly on the road. And I was joking with one of the coaches earlier. I said, you know what, if we can make some 3 balls, we'd be a really tough team. And the guys have been doing a good job of getting in the gym and getting extra shots up, and they've been getting extra free throws up, and that's improved. And I just believe that if we still struggle to make the 3, the more we can get to the free throw line, the better. And that'll kind of offset some of that 3-point shooting. But at the end of the day, it comes down to defense for us. And if we play defense, I think everything will be fine.
Talk a little about TCU and what they do.
We said before about they slow the game down. They have Kyan Anderson and Garland Green are their primary focus on offense. Really two really good players, and we have to really do a good job of limiting their looks and not fouling and making sure every single time that they shoot the ball they're contested. Green likes to post up a lot. That'll be a test for our guards, and we have to really work on and emphasize. Just again playing them in the post, not fouling, making them make tough shots, and again. it comes down to, for us, pushing the ball and pushing the tempo of the game because they want to play such a slow pace. We got to get into a game where it's getting up and down. But when in the side of that different philosophy for us, not different philosophy, that philosophy for us, we can't turn the ball over like we did last game because a lot of those turnovers came in transition where we're missing layups and where we're just throwing the ball away, just not making smart plays. So if we can cut down on that and get those 21 turnovers down to about 10 or 11, I think that'd be great.
Do you see TCU as a kind of rival for Texas Tech, and if so, how do you think that is for this basketball program?
You know, I don't know if it'll be a rival. I mean, I know that obviously from a recruiting standpoint, having to go into Dallas because the bulk of the people that come from Dallas go to Tech. That will be something from a recruiting standpoint of trying to recruit kids from the DFW Metroplex area. You know, obviously Trent's a great coach, and you know, for me, any of them be a rivalry right now. We like to consider all of them rivalries, and we're trying to raise the level of awareness and consciousness of Texas Tech basketball. And so somewhere down the line, I don't know how many years that would take, you know, where we're a power and people consider us someone that's a big-time game coming on the road, or when they come in here, it's like going into Kansas or Texas. It's going to take us a while to get there. It's going to take a lot of attitude and change the mentality, but I think we're moving in the right direction. And, you know, if TCU becomes a rivalry game, I mean, I think that'd be great. But right now, you know, we're just both scratching the surface and trying to build right now.
How important is Josh Gray's performance going to be in this game?
Very important. You know, Josh, I would even, you know, say the same thing about Dalen Robinson or even a Ty Nurse who would come in and play some point guard. They have to learn how to control the game. I said today in the Circle of Trust, I said, you know, this team will be unbeatable if, and I pointed at both. I said, if both you guys limit your turnovers. If we can get you guys to a positive turnover to assist ratio, we will be good. And I told these guys earlier also, 7-4 is pre-conference. This is a new season. It's broken off into 3 seasons. Now it's conference, then there's postseason. Right now, you're 0-0 assist to turnover ratio. Now let's start to make it in a positive direction. And if we do that during the conference, this could be a different year for them.
How close to Dusty you think to really? I mean, he a couple games ago had a good game. He just seems like a kid that's so close, but maybe a little raw. Obviously, when he gets out there, I mean, where do you see him developing right now?
He's like the young baby doe that comes out the womb, just like, you know, the legs are all dangling around and stuff. He's like that. But he has a very good skill set that he can shoot the ball. And I've continually told him, and I continuously tell him that it's about defense, and he has to be mindful on defense because what teams are going to do, they may try to pick on him because he's a freshman. But he provides us with spacing on the offensive end because he shoots the ball so well. So, you know, sometimes he may seem a little lost out there. That's just that, like I said, deer in the headlights look that Dusty has. But, you know, he's a very good scorer. He's always been a good scorer. We just got to get him to pay more attention and be more mindful on the defensive end.
You ready not to play in the United Spirit Arena for a game?
Say it again?
Are you ready to not play in the United Spirit Arena for a game?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, no one wants to play away from home. I'd play them all at home if I can. I just think you just have a better chance of winning. But, you know, this is part of the journey, playing our first road game. The guys are excited. You know, 8 of them have no idea what they're getting themselves into, which could be good or which could be bad. And at the end, and when it comes down to it, if we play defense, that's why I rely on defense so much, because whether the ball goes in and the ball doesn't. And that's why I've been so delighted from a defensive standpoint, because we haven't shot the ball well from 3, and we still find a way to win. And I don't want that trend to continue, but if it does, we need to get to the foul line more. But we need to play defense, and that's how you win, especially in difficult situations. Is playing good defense.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Boston stuff. I don't know what he's doing. Is it a double interview or we have to wait?
No, we
No.
We go? Okay, let's go.
What's it? What do you tell the young guys about playing on the road for the first time?
Be focused because it is going to be a different environment. I mean, it's different fans, different bleachers, a different ball. It's a whole different just game, really. So just come in there and be focused and try to play just like it's another game, like it's just a regular home game.
Do you consider TCU a rival with their coming into the Big 12?
I wouldn't say that, but I think they're going to come out and play. It's going to be a game like it's a rivalry because they're a good team, and we're going to come out and we want to get our first road win. So I think it'll be a very good game.
Talk about getting out there a little bit early and getting to do a couple activities with the team and what that's going to be like.
That's going to be good for us to be comfortable in a different environment. Being in Fort Worth, we're not in Lubbock, so we have to switch some things up. And just some more bonding, more being together, because that's our whole thing is just be together and we can win some games.
Talk about the excitement of finally getting into Big 12 play now, where everything's a little more important now.
I mean, when you get to Big 12 play, this is great. This is why we come to Texas Tech, to play against high-level athletes, great teams every night. So, I mean, we're just ready to get this started.
How do you feel about this team right now? I mean, what do you think the biggest thing is you guys need to work on to be competitive in the Big 12 and win some games?
I think this team can be great. We just have to be consistent. I think we have a lot of spurts where we're good on offense and sometimes we're good on defense, but it's not together. It's not like a whole 40 minutes, and that's what basketball is. It's a game of 40 minutes, so we just have to make sure we're consistent on both ends of the floor.
Are you ready for the attention defensively that they're going to give you with weekly award?
Oh, yeah, I really not worried about that. I mean, hopefully I can get some double teams, kick it out, and maybe Dusty or Ty or somebody can make some threes.
You think Dusty's close to really starting to feel it and be the kind of game changer that he possibly could be with that three-point shot?
Yeah, and he's in the starting lineup now, so his confidence is up, and he's being real comfortable out there. I can tell, even in practice, he's changing. So I think Dusty's going to be a big key to us winning this game.
Thanks, Jay.
All right.
I guess talk about that first off. What's it going to be like how important is this game to you personally?
I don't want to make it a personal thing. I just want to come out with a win.
Is this a game that maybe you circle kind of when you're looking at the schedule when you're going to be in Fort Worth?
Of course. I'm happy that I'm going home tomorrow.
Being at Texas Tech now for your second season, do you consider TCU a rival coming into the Big
12? Yeah, just because how close the game was last year and how competitive it was and how much we put into it, I would.
Talk about getting to go out there a little bit early, y'all's first road trip as a team, and just kind of some of the things y'all get to do out there.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be just new experiences, new teammates. So, none of the, I don't think anybody's been into Fort Worth, but a couple people on the team. So, I know Fort Worth, so I can show them a few things, and hopefully we have a good time.
Talk about the challenge of playing on the road for the first time.
This is my first time being on the road this year because I didn't go to the TSU scrimmage. So, I'm used to it. I'm just excited. I'm just excited to take off.
What kind of bonding happens on longer road trips like these?
You really just see like what each player is all about. It's like everything's gonna come out. So either we're gonna come together or go apart.
What kind of expectations do you have for yourself as you get into conference play? You're a very important player on the team. If you're successful, the team can be successful.
Of course, I need to take my game to the next level in order for us to even compete in the Big 12. So. Really, I just need to pick my game up, and that'll make the team better.
Thanks, George.
Is that it?